Hiya, it's Miss Kitty Chaos again. Hello and welcome back to the channel if you're a regular watcher, and if not, welcome anyway. And let's hope you do subscribe and like and become a regular viewer. So today I'm still doing blog every day, May. I have missed a couple of days, but oh well, that's life, isn't it? So today I want to talk to you about role models, and specifically one kind of role model. It seems to be everywhere in the media already. We already spoke about in the We Are the They video. If you haven't seen that, I'll put a link down in the bar below. Go check it out, where I talk to you about body shaming and body confidence and how it's really important that people have confidence no matter what their size. So today I want to talk to you about something that's been in the media since plus size wars, which is this lovely lady here, Tess Munster. And I've got the perfect example of it here now in a really cruddy, crappy kind of cheesy magazine, which probably has no integrity anyway. Take a break. I'm not ashamed to name it. I just want to talk about, they did put a good dialogue together, which is going around in the media, which is this woman a role model? So what we're going to talk about is Tess Munster a role model? And surprisingly, according to the poll that Take a Break did on Facebook, I can only hope that that's because people don't really read this kind of magazine, that 55% of people said yes, she is a role model, and a staggering 45% said no, she isn't a role model. So I want to talk to you today about why Tess is a role model. If you look at my blog, you would have seen that I met Tess at Yours Clothing a while ago, but you would also know that I'm a big advocate for body positivity, and I think it's really important that no matter what your size, you should feel confident and comfortable in whatever you're wearing, and there's nothing to be ashamed about there. That's not glorifying obesity, it's not glorifying an unhealthy lifestyle, it's glorifying self-love, which is in fact well-being, and that's a way healthier lifestyle than going through life feeling unhappy and upset, especially if there isn't anything you can do about it. You could get hit by a bus tomorrow, so why hate yourself now? Love yourself as you are. So let's talk about Tess. I think I'm going to read a couple of the reasons why people have said no first, and then we'll take a look. So one lady said that she's been told several times that she's not a real woman because she's not obese. She's a size 8 and has been made to feel ashamed of being slim. She was at a Zumba class and overheard comments about how skinny people should not be allowed to stand at the front. And she says, so why is it right for a woman who swings fashionably skinny to fashionably big? Size 22 is unhealthy and so is size 0. I understand your argument, and you're basically going with the same argument that Jamelia had, that it's not unhealthy to promote either. But there are size 0 models out there that are actually great role models, and there are size 22 and bigger models out there that are great role models. I understand you had a negative experience at Zumba, and I'm sorry for that, because that is body shaming. So on behalf of those women, I apologise to you, because that's not something you should have experienced. Body shaming in any form is wrong. So I think that you just need to learn that actually Tess is an advocate for that, and she would not like the fact that people have said that to you either. I think that's where people think this is a fat versus skinny war, and it's really not. So I think Plus Size War's title for the documentary was completely wrong. But I think that it's important to remember that we're in this together as men, as women, as transgender, and everything in between. It's all about loving yourself and being kind to other people, and that's what we need to strive for. We've got other people who have said things that I'm going to say anyway, so that's really great. But basically, the thing that relies through all the no's that I've seen is just no. We've got a very strong one here who says, I think it's absolutely disgusting, and in my mind, no better than if she was a size 0. I'm sick of seeing women like this in magazines being praised for their confidence. No magazine would praise a really skinny woman for her body image, and rightly so. I don't see the difference in praising a really big woman. It's a well-known fact that there are many medical conditions associated with being overweight. Okay, it's the same kind of argument. Again, they've tried to pull in the size 0 and the size 22 and say that it's not a fat issue, it's an issue of health. But I'm sorry, who died and made you, doctor? It's not about advocating people go out and stuff their face full of pies or vomit in a toilet. That's not what people are trying to do. People are just saying, love you and, be happy and celebrate who you are. And ironically enough, that's when people would lose weight, when they feel happy, if they want to, and it's their business, it's not your business. So don't worry your pretty little heads about it. So basically, I want to talk to you now about why I do think Tess is a role model. And I think that's just that a lot of people are just seeing this lady in the media that suddenly burst into the media, and they're always choosing the most provocative of images, like this one where she's half clothed. But great, power to her, and that's awesome. And then they're like, oh well, it's something that's completely different, completely new to them, and that's shocking. But what you need to do is maybe research a little bit about Tess, learn a little bit about Tess before you go spreading hate and saying how she can't be a great role model. I think that would actually be the best thing for you. And so I'm going to tell you a little bit about Tess now, that a couple of things that you might not know, or you might know, but I'm just going to tell you again anyway. So what is a role model? Basically, a role model is someone who's successful, driven, has worked hard to be where they've got, and is making changes in society, positive changes, and they're people who we should look up to, right? I'm going to shock you and tell you that Tess is all of the above. So she's a mother. She's worked very hard. She's the first woman of her size and height to be signed as a plus size model in the UK, around the world, and that is an amazing achievement. And you can't look at Tess Munster and say she isn't beautiful, because she is, and she works just as hard and is just as fierce as any other models. And I'm not saying that if there was a size 0 model who looked fierce and had it and was confident, that she shouldn't be able to either, or anyone in between. This isn't about size, it's about having what it takes to go out there and help people in the world, and she is doing that. Okay, so that, how many mothers are out there working hard? That you know, so even just for mothers alone, it's a big thing to say, if you want to go out there and do something, it's never too late. You know, get out there and do it. Even if you think, oh, I've got to this age and I'm not driving yet, it's not too late to start driving. Just go and try. That's the thing. It's that inspiration to get driven, and that's always a majorly awesome thing. So also, she created an anthem for girls, men, women, everybody. It's for everyone. It's for a dog if you want it to be for a dog, a cat. That might be a bit extreme, but anyone who thinks F your beauty standards, beauty is within the eye of the beholder at the end of the day, and what you think is beautiful, someone else might not think is beautiful. It's all about interpretation and opinion, and you know, otherwise there would be no people in couples around the world. If everyone thought one thing was beautiful, there'd be one really popular girl everywhere in the world, and you know, people wouldn't fall in love, and there wouldn't be beautiful things going on like that. So beauty is a subjective thing. So why should you tell us what standards are beauty, and why shouldn't everybody feel beautiful within themselves? About what's wrong with trying to look your best and making the best of what you've got and loving what you have? Because at the end of the day, your body takes you through wars. Your body is the one that takes you everywhere every day. It walks you places, it keeps you alive every day. And what is wrong with celebrating that? There's nothing wrong with celebrating that. You have no right to tell me I shouldn't celebrate my body because you think I might be unhealthy, when you don't know what I do day to day. You don't know what Tess does day to day. She's actually a very active person. She promotes it. If you follow her Instagram or you follow her blog or anything like that, she does promote exercise, and she does exercise. And I exercise, and so do a lot of plus size girls that I know. Just some people, it's not about losing weight. It's about being the best version of you, basically, and being happy within yourself, and feeling like you've got control of your life, and that's what's important. So the F Your Beauty Standards is an anthem for everybody out there. It's an anthem for you who got shamed at Zumba classes, because that was saying that no woman should have been allowed to tell you that you shouldn't be allowed to stand at the front because you're making her feel bad about herself. And again, that's a negative experience you had, and Tess Munster would never advocate that, nor would the F Your Beauty Standards, nor would I, nor would anyone who believes in self-love and body confidence. So that is so important that you have a look at the F Your Beauty Standards. Why not join in, have a go, and try loving yourself? It's like it's actually pretty awesome, and it's a journey. And so it's a really hard journey, actually, body confidence, and we'll talk about this another time. But when people are working really hard to love themselves, no matter what life is thrown at them, for them to have someone jump in and tell them that they shouldn't be able to have that basic human right to feel good is just so wrong, and it's just not fair. And you might knock that body confidence journey right back to square one. So please think about what you say before you say it. Anyway, she's an independent career woman. There's another one for you. She saw what she wanted. She went out there and she got it. She's worked really hard. She's always working really hard. So you can't tell people that she's lazy, because how has she got so far in her life? And isn't it really good that young girls out there can see that a woman saw what she wanted and she went out there and got it? And that is just the most epic thing, and that's inspirational, and it makes me want to go and do more in my life. And I was doing it anyway, but it gives you that extra kick on a day when you think, oh, maybe I can't do this, to just have someone to look up to. And there's nothing wrong with that, and it's nothing scary. And if she's not your role model, it's not the end of the world, but why shouldn't she be a role model for other girls? She's not saying you need to be big or small. She's an advocate for everybody, so don't worry about that either. She's got the nation talking in and questioning about health anyway. So if you want to be this health warrior and you're this new doctor, then cool, because she's already got the nation talking about it and questioning it. And she's got women who might not have loved themselves thinking about it, and they might then go out and lose weight. They might put on weight if they're smaller, if they can, and lose weight if they're bigger and they can or want to, but that's their choice ultimately. But she'll get that interest in themselves, and when you're interested in yourselves, you're going to look after yourself, surely. So that's a good thing. When you don't love yourself, you don't care, and that's a really dangerous place to be, especially with the mental health week just closing last week. Mental health is so high in the UK and around the world. We should be promoting positive thoughts and PMA. Positive mental attitude is what I agree with, and that's all that Tess promotes. She's really caring and loving to her fans. Actually, when I met her, she took the time to talk to them and tell them they look pretty and things like that, and that is so important in building people up, and she's worked so hard with that. So I don't see why you can say that she isn't a role model. So I'm going to read two of the yeses why she should be a role model from here as well, which kind of probably supports exactly what I'm saying, but I want to know what you think as well. So we've got a young girl here who's 23, and she said, I was lucky enough to meet Tess, and just because she's fat doesn't mean that she sits on her bottom all day. She does more exercise than a lot of thin people. Tess is a role model because her confidence is inspiring. She's not promoting being fat, she's promoting the idea that you should love yourself for everything you are, fat, thin, short or tall. Exactly what I just said basically, and isn't that beautiful? What's wrong with that? I think that's great. And then we've got another yes. Tess Holliday is a positive role model because she spreads the message that girls can be beautiful without being slim. It's refreshing to have a model who doesn't make women feel they have to fit into the usual strict criteria of beauty, but health should be the priority. Maybe it's time fitness athletes were made greater role models. So there's a really nice conversation to have there, and we don't need to be angry with each other, and we can agree to disagree. But I'd like to know if you think Tess can be a role model, and even after everything I've told you, if you don't think she is, without being rude and disrespectful, you can tell me. But if you do think she is, give us a like and a comment below, and let's just show the world that Tess is a great role model. So thank you for watching. If you've enjoyed it, like and subscribe, and I'll try and get some more videos up for you soon as well. Go check out my blog because the link will be down below, and I look forward to speaking to you all soon. Okay, bye.